Chapter 5. The Plan. I wake up early again the next day. I have a plan and I am super excited to put it into action. First though, I needed to get rid of Mum. I hear her making clinking noises in the kitchen. It is clearly important to leave the kitchen spotless before she leaves for work. Well, I would be highly unlikely to clean it despite finding myself with an excess of free time. Maybe she has a point. As soon as I hear the click of the front door latch shut, I am on my feet and on my way downstairs 2 at a time. It sounds as if wildebeest are migrating from the bedroom to the kitchen. Bowl, alpen, milk, spoon, mouth. Somehow the bowl survives being slammed down onto the breakfast bar, and there is a streak of milky muesli across the worktop surface, but I have poured the milk too fast. After smashing the world record for eating a bowl of cereal, I attempt 2 more world records attempts for time taken to get dressed and time taken to brush your teeth. I stampede down the stairs again, grab my keys, though I'm out of the front door. I'm not 100% where I am going, but I am pretty sure that I spied a corner shop nearby. On the car journey to school, I spent most of my time staring out the window, taking great interest in everything, so I avoided any chitty chat with Mum. I was mostly bored, but the shop and the potential to buy sweets got my attention. At this moment, I wish my parents didn't have a no smartphone policy, and I could have GPS'd my way there. As it is, I would have to use the Force, and hope I remember my way back. I resist the urge to flat out run and power walk to the end of the cul-de-sac. Left and right look identical pairs of semi-detached houses on both sides of the road. I can see a T-junction terminating the road to the left, but not the right, where the end of the road is eaten by the horizon. I don't remember which way Mum had turned towards school. On the gamble I will get to 7-Eleven quicker, I turn left. Reader, I do understand that this way may not be quicker if I have set foot in the wrong direction. I reach the corner of St. Cuthman's Road. If I didn't know better, I would have sworn I had walked in a complete circle. Pairs of semi-detached houses as far as the eye could see in either direction. I turn right this time and cross the road. I pass a few further options on my right, but they offer similar views. The road bends round to the right twice, then comes to an end at another T-junction, albeit this one has a set of traffic lights. I feel like I have been trekking for Mordor, and my frustration grows as my plan appears to be unravelling, as well as the risk that if I walk much further I may struggle to find my way back. I spot an old lady on the other side of the road. Her short wavy hair is completely grey. She is wearing thick lens glasses, and it is clear she has quite a few layers under her already warm-looking coat, even though the weather is quite mild. She is tottering forward, her stoop looking like it was providing some forward momentum, while she pulls one of those shopping bags on wheels that only people of a certain age seem to have. Maybe these wheeled contraptions are presents from the Queen on your 100th birthday. I wait for a gap in the traffic, then run across the road. In my haste, I keep running until I am only a few steps away. I don't think her frail body is capable of jumping, but her whole body goes into a coordinated spasm at my surprise materialization. At these closer quarters, I notice the hearing aid in her left ear. Semi-recovered, she eyes me suspiciously. I don't help matters as my eyes keep wandering to her roller bag. I'm thinking she knows where the shops are, but she's thinking I'm assessing whether her purse is in the shopping cart. The media has a lot to answer for. Hi. I try to sound bright, friendly, and unthreatening. Shouldn't you be in school? She says warily. No, it's okay. I got kicked out. Too much honesty. Not helping. She's looking more concerned now, so I try lying instead. I've just moved into Heath Close, and I wanted to go to the shops for Mum, because she works all day. It's only me and her now. It took a moment for her to register what I said. Maybe the hearing aid causes a delay, like a long-distance phone call. But then she manages a half smile, and the tension appears to release from her small body. She points back the way she has come. Down that way, dear. First right. Follow the road to the end, then left, and the shops are across the road on your right. Thanks! I shout over my shoulder as I sprint off, powered by excitement. The shops are exactly where my guide told me they would be. There is a parade including a baker's, a hairdresser's, and what I was looking for, a 7-Eleven. I sweep in, and the magazine and newspaper pages open in my wake. It's hard to find things in a 7-Eleven. In a supermarket, baked beans take up meters of shelf space. There are tens of different kinds. In a 7-Eleven, there is not much shelf space, and the tiny partition for the beans is inexplicably next to the crisps, dog food and bleach. A tasty combination. In my haste, I don't find what I'm looking for on the first circuit of the shop. I slow down for the second lap, and halfway down the aisle, too, I find what I am looking for. From the bottom shelf, a black and white cat smiles up at me. There is more choice than I imagined possible. Junior, adult, and senior. I had never seen a friendly neighbourhood cat, so how did I know? On the theory, this cat is probably eating out of the bins, so I decided it probably didn't matter. Adult is half price, and I am on a limited pocket money budget, so I decided to go for that. But which flavours? It's a straight choice between chicken, beef, or fish. Beef seems a strange choice for a domestic cat who could never even dream of taking down even a calf, let alone a fully grown cow, so I go for fish. All cats like fish. I wonder if the supermarket has more cat-appropriate flavours, like rat or mouse. Once I had Mum on side, I would find out. I take the box of foil-sealed pouches to the checkout, where again I am eyed suspiciously by the man behind the counter. His face relaxes when I say I am out shopping for Mum, who is not well. I am not entirely sure that last bit is a lie. I pay with loose change, but am affronted that I have to pay 5p for a carrier bag. Do they want me to use this establishment as my preferred cat food supplier or not? The bag feels very flimsy, so I don't risk running home. Out of the shop, I turn right instead of left, and therefore do a poor job retracing my steps. Luck is on my side, as the end of this road, St. Cuthbert's Road, adjoins St. Cuthman's Road, which is where I started. I had clearly taken the long route to the shops. I get back to the house to find the front door open. I must have done that. I did leave the house in a rush. Well, as long as the house has not been stripped clean of its valuables, I'm thinking the tablet, Blu-ray player and the TV, then the no harm, no foul rule kicks in, as well as what Mum doesn't know can't hurt her. On cue, Mum emerges from the kitchen, carrying my box of cat treasures from the attic. I decide that the best course of action is to lead the conversation and put Mum on the back foot. My mouth opens and closes like a tuna as my mind draws a complete blank. Mum gives me time to compose my thoughts. She stares at me, and I can feel anger radiating out of her in waves. The harder I think, the more barren my mindscape becomes. After an uncomfortably long, 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 I feebly manage, "Hi, you're back early." Where have you been? To the shops. Too honest. For the first time since she appeared from the kitchen, her seemingly unblinking eyes moved from mine to the bag in my right hand. It's a quick glance, then her eyes lock onto mine again. Did you go to the shops to pick up the bits I needed? I blurt out, yes, clinging onto a slither of hope. There is some escape from this confrontation. Don't lie to me, Lyla. She thunders, sounding like she is shouting in my ear rather than being at the other end of the hall. In an unnerving manner, she recovers from overboiling and returns to an intense simmer. And what's this? She asks, inclining her head towards the box. Trying to be vague but still honest, I say quietly, I found it in the attic. Why would a little girl, a bit condescending, but in the circumstances, I feel it best to let it pass, hide a cat bed and bowls in her room, and then sneak off to the shops and buy cat food when she has been expressly told that getting a cat is as likely as your dad walking in the front door and asking, "What's for tea?" Damn these biodegradable carrier bags. She can see right through it. And why do I keep finding the cat flap unlocked, despite locking it every time I go past it? Although I had bent the truth to breaking point a lot that day, I am honest when I say, that wasn't me. I am aware enough to know it sounds like a lie, and I brace myself for another eardrum-shattering blast. Instead, and more worryingly, she transfers the cardboard box to her right hand only, crushing its sides to get a grip. Then, with frightening speed, she strides towards me, with a face constructed of pure fury. Now, I'm not easily frightened, as you have previously seen, but I root to the spot, frozen. Neither of my parents believe in corporal punishment. As a result, I have never been smacked. Even when I ruined Uncle John's new-fitted kitchen by painting it red with a tin of paint I found in the shed, I escaped unscathed. Regardless of this knowledge, I am now convinced I have pushed my mum too far, and she is going to administer justice with her newly freed left hand, or, less likely, the box. I half close my eyes and turn my head away as she reaches me. I completely misjudge it. She streaks past, but in one fluid movement wrenches the carrier bag out of my grasp. I hear a lot of echolocation words, ELWs, although my mom should not need them in the daylight. I'm going to throw this ELW in the ELW bin. No more, Lyla. I can't cope with any more ELW from you. I hear her throw the stuff in the car. She slams the car door shut and speeds off like a police car in hot pursuit. I stand there numb and defeated, with my back to the world and my head down. It takes a long time before I turn and shut the front door behind me.